Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the sharing session of the day. And this actually as a practice and tradition for AsiaHRM, we usually have the sharing session on monthly basis on different HR topics. And today we are very glad that for this session, this is a joint session with our wonderful partner society, Bangladesh FMCG HR Society, to jointly organize this session. And as you all know that the session for today is mental wellness. And for mental wellness, do you know what it is? And why is it so important? As some of you may find that in our recent survey, some participants also mentioned that this is one of the important things that employers should pay attention to in order to keep employees healthy. So I would really love to know more about mental wellness, why it's so important, how can we take control of it. So today we are very happy that we have two wonderful speakers from our society, from the Bangladesh FMCG HR Society, and also one from Hong Kong. And they are going to share us with all these kind of great tips so that we know better about it and how we can apply in our daily life and also in our work. And before I introduce you to these two speakers, I would like the President of Bangladesh FMCG HR Society, Mr. Rashida, to tell something before I make the introduction to the speakers. Mr. Rashida, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Rita. Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all. This is really nice. We are organizing a great session, Bangladesh FMCG HR Society and AsiaHRM jointly. All of you know that we are working as a strategic partner of AsiaHRM, and Rita Tisui is leading the AsiaHRM. He is the chairman of the AsiaHRM, and we are really grateful and thanks, Rita. Already we organized several programs, especially learning sharing session, and all of you know that we already arranged a survey, and already our survey presentation last week we given our survey presentation. Now today is the program is the mental wellness, which is a very much important for any professional, not only HR professional. It's very much important for the all professionals, and we know that our Tabsir Rajib bhai is a very learned person, and Joanna, she is also very learned in this topics, and hope we will enjoy the session. And just I want to talk 1 or 2 minutes about Bangladesh FMCG HR Society. Bangladesh FMCG HR Society started its journey almost 2 years ago, and we have almost 200 members and 9 executive members, 4 advisory committee, and all other members, almost 70 organization. We are leading FMCG organization, and our vision. Just I want to say about the vision to be one of the most innovative and strategic forums of FMCG HR professionals in the country for HR and business capability development. And for this reason, we are doing one after one very much many learning session. Especially our main mission is to strengthen our network and arrange various learning program to increase our development capability, and especially for our HR professionals network among our HR professionals. So I will not take any more time, and everybody are waiting for the session. And Rita, that's all from my side. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Rashida. Maybe I talk a little bit about AsiaHRM. Maybe briefly, AsiaHRM is a human resources community whereby we help our members resolve their work challenges in a caring atmosphere. Our tagline is we share to care and we care to share. That's why we organize a lot of sharing sessions. Hopefully, through this kind of sharing, we add value to each other. So today is no exception. That's why we have the sharing session today, and we are so glad that we are doing it together with Bangladesh FMCG's HR Society. Okay, so let me introduce you to our two wonderful speakers today. The first one is from Bangladesh, from the Bangladesh FMCG HR Society. His name is, maybe he's no stranger to most of you here. His name is Mr. Tazar. He is the Human Resources Manager at Citigroup, and he has been in the human resources field for over 11 years, and he is the General Secretary of this HR Society. So before, and Mr. Tazar, can you just tell a bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. Just let me just correctly pronounce my name. It doesn't matter. I know that's not actually almost possible because we two countries have a different pronunciation and tones. So that's very much okay. And my full name is Mohammed Tabsir Rajib. And
Okay.
as Rita said very correctly that I am currently the General Secretary of Bangladesh FMCG Association and also the Learning and Development Convener. I have been in the HR arena for the last 11 years since I've started my career. And since then, I've been working in telecommunication companies, in agrochemicals, in FMCG HR sector right now. So I have a blended experience in a diversified industrial portfolio where I've been a recruitment specialist, I've been an OD professional also. So this is in a nutshell what I am, and I think now we can also hear from Joanna, right? Rita.
Okay, thank you. And then our speaker for today from Hong Kong is Miss Joanna Lee. Joanna is a very experienced human resources practitioner, and she's currently a advisor working on two HR projects. And she used to work for quite a number of international sourcing companies, such as Walmart, Tesco, Target, and so on. So Joanna would like to tell us a bit more about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure to have a platform here to introduce myself. My name is Joanna. Actually, just like what Rita said, I come from global sourcing company. Is actually is also from FMCG. Is Target, Walmart, Tesco. Before that, actually, I start my career start from IT company. SEO is a Unix company, Unix software. I don't know whether you are aware the name before or not. Yes, already is a lot of changes in the world. And then currently, I also work for some different company like Yips Chemical is a local Hong Kong company. It's a listed company for quite a long while. And I take charge of the group level HR matters. So caring all the time is important to our HR. And mental wellness is a very interesting topic that I think more of us want to know about more. So it's not I tell you what, I just want to share more in the platform. And also want to listen from you all about what's about your feeling and what you think. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you, Joanna. So before we move to the presentation part, I would like to share some ground rules with you. So if you don't speak, everybody should put yourself on the mute mode so that we can have a session in a sort of uninterrupted manner. And then if you, throughout the session, if you have any questions, just type your question in the chat box, okay? Then the moderator will read out your questions, okay? So just type your question in the chat box and then always put yourself on the mute mode. Okay, are you ready for the session? Okay, good. So the rundown for today is that we will have presentation started by Mr. Tazar. So I'm sorry for that. I could not pronounce your name correctly.
That's okay.
Pardon. Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, it will be Joanna's presentation. And we also have a Q&A session at the end. Okay. So without further delay, I would like to pass the control to Mr. Tazar.
Okay. Thank you, Rita. Thank you so much to all the audiences. Thank you, Joanna. for joining us. Beautiful. I'm feeling blessed. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. A very good evening to all the people from different areas of the world, Asia. Basically, today is a very important topic: mental wellness. And just let me know in my chat box, chat box, if anything you need to ask questions, anything you need to know. Okay. And a very interesting topic actually that Rita came out with, the mental wellness. This is so important that we all are busy nowadays with all our materialistic things. We all are busy with our office targets. We all are busy with our financial targets. But little do we know that what do we give to, what attention do we have to give in which area. So if you see, today I'll be covering, if we're going to the slide, I'll just say in a nutshell that I'll be covering the basics first, that what is mental wellness actually, why it is important, and what are the things that shapes mental wellness. Okay. And some methods, some proven tactics. There's a toolkit that I will share with you, which is like the mental wellness toolkit. There are two interesting videos. There are one very interesting online test that you'll find it interactive. So throughout the session, including the Joanna one, you will be enjoying your knowledge enrichment on this mental wellness, I believe. So thank you. And first of all, I would like to start with like what is mental wellness. See, it's a different thing in everyone's belief system. We all have different belief system, but what I believe through my all sort of experience is mental wellness is all about how what is the state of your mind right now, or in throughout the day, throughout the month, throughout the year, at a consistent level. What is that state of mind? Is it in a positive state always, or is it fluctuates from negative to positive, or it's most of the time negative? It's in a fearful state, it's in a tension state, it's in a stressful state. What is it? So we little do we have time to think about what is our mental state right now. Can we control it? Can we change it? Can we improve it? So this is all we will be talking about today. But see, one logic that I have, that if you don't have a good mindset, like a very stable, a very cool, a very positive mindset, because from mind, if the mind is well, then it comes to your words, then the words come out really well from you. You have a good expression at your face, you smile good in the morning at office or home, or you say very good evening in a very expressible, in a very positive way. But and that also creates a lot of actions later on, right? Then your actions coming, your body language, and people see you. So if your mental state is at good, then you speak good words, you do good actions, and that actually brings your performance, your results, and your actually your destination. So this is in that level of link with your performance and your destination. So just let me share with you the presentation. But before I go to the presentation, I would like to know from all of you, like maybe you can write in the chat box, like what is your, if I ask you what is the number one expectation today, or one or two expectations, high expectations from today's session, you can also write, so that we can interact also with each other, we can sync with each other. I'm waiting to see in the chat box, guys. Okay. I think Rashid bhai, you can also start writing in chat box. What is your expectation in the workshop today? Okay.
I think Adeline mentioned that she would like to learn more on how to stay resilient
Resilient, I've seen. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
get to know methods that will help employees holistically.
Great, great.
And
Okay.
Raman mentions how to keep our mind out of junk around.
Good. Okay. So what about others? Others are really well. Like so it seems like the mental wellness state of others are really good. Good to see. Okay, how we will keep mental peace in workplace? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, very common question. And how to set our mind stress free? Okay, Mamun bhai, a very interesting question. Marzano Tanim says, knowing some tips and tricks to control mind to be more productive. Good one. So focusing on productivity and the mind-related issues. Roxana saying, how can we keep our cool even at desperate moments to ensure mental wellness? Right. In my expectation to learn from this situation. Okay. How to balance your professional life if we are facing challenges in personal life? Sadia. Okay. So professional and the balance between a professional and personal life. Right. Good. Personal productivity tips, how to cool your mind. Good. So good enough, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all these informations and then your knowing your expectations. We will definitely get back to this and we will definitely answer all these questions. So let me share the screen. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Can you see my the slide, Rita? Can you see the mental wellness
Yes,
slide?
yes, yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, I
Thank you.
can.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So this is my portfolio, which I've already shared. I will not talk about it anymore. We will go to the next slide. Yes. So what is mental wellness all about? So there are definitions, and we have got the one of the best definitions that is available in the research. That mental wellness is a positive state of mind, is a positive state of mental health, and being mentally well means that your mind is in order and functioning in your best interest, like the way you want. You always have wanted that your mind to work in this way. In the morning, when you start, when you wake up from your sleep, you have an expectation that my mind will work in this way in the entire day. So that's the expectation about mental wellness. You're able to think, feel, and act in ways that create a positive impact on your physical and social well-being. So again, that thing that when you are able to think, feel, and act in ways that create a positive impact, no negative impact, but positive impact on your physical and social well-being, then it is a pure sign of mental wellness. And I believe this is a journey. This is not a day of one, a thing of one day, but it's a journey. And this definition comes from Singapore Association of Mental Health. Okay, so mental wellness is vital at every stage and age of our life. So why is that? Why is mental wellness is important at every stage and age of life? Because this is being with us since we were born. Mental wellness is not something, or mental the state of mind is not something with us right now, or it has been with us a few days, but it had been with us when we were born. When we were kid, if you remember that, we already have had some issues, like we were thinking about, okay, I'm just this much age now. I'm not even 10 years of age. So I'm not even that much tall. I'm not even that much. I don't look good and all those things. I don't look bright. I don't look beautiful. So much of things already used to stress us at that moment also. Like in the teenage, when we came, we all have some kind of worries, like, okay, in which school we will, in which college we will be in which, what type of careers will be selecting, what will be our future. Future is something that's so much a stressful thing in every teenage life. Like they all are being forced by their parents to think about the future to from that age also. When we are adults, the stress, the mental unwellness, they don't leave us. They are also already there again, even if we were doing our part well. But again, when we were adult, we have a lot of problems and issues. Like then again, we are thinking that, okay, which job to get into, which career to get into. Is it okay to get into HR or marketing or engineering? What will be the pay scales, and will I be making the right decision or not? So a lot of things, and then also coming in like
The development,
yeah, and then also
professional
the
development.
and then the things that are like marriage, and then private service, business, like whoever is in what stage of life. Like if you're married, uh, we used to see in surprisingly in every stories, in every storybooks, like they happily lived married, happily married ever after. And this doesn't happen any realistically, right? Because in every marriage or in every relationships there are like ups and downs, and that is very natural, that is very common, there is no harm in it. But people are always tend to focus on, like, okay, when I will be absolutely happy, when I'll be absolutely content. So these are some of the things that are always having an impact on our mental wellness. Private service, business, whoever it is, people who are doing private service, they think that, okay, I don't have any freedom. I have to do this boundary time like 10 to 5 or 9 to 7 work. I don't have any freedom. On the other hand, the business professionals think that, okay, I don't have enough income, like I don't have the security, I don't have all these things that the private service owners have. So you see that in every stage of life we have something to worry about, something to stress about. So but we have very little things to feel content. So how can we be in a great state of mental wellness if we are all the time worried about all these things? Because as time passes, we will be getting on new things, and we will be experiencing these things. But if we are actually get stressed out, then it's not going to be done. Okay, the next slide. Characteristics of mentally healthy people. See, sometimes we wonder seeing some very famous personalities, very successful people, and see, okay, how does this person look so good, whereas he is so much successful, he's so smart, he's so fit, he doesn't seems to have any worries. See, and we are seeing this person only for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes, but there are lots of works that this person does, or this set of persons does, so that they are at this level of perception. See, characteristics of mentally healthy people, these are some of the very common characteristics of mentally healthy people. Like this sense, they have a sense of contentment. If I say, like, they have a sense of also gratitude, that okay, if I have today a house to stay, if I have fans over there, if I have a simple food over there to eat, if I have a kid, a very healthy kid with me, if I have my wife with me who is very loving wife, I think I have everything in my world. On the other hand, there are also people who thinks like, okay, I have a house but I don't have a duplex, I have a house but I don't have any ACs. Okay, I have a son but I don't have any daughter. So people actually continuously stress themselves out, rather than if they feel actually content, then the outcome is is very better than that of being stressed out. A zest for living and the ability to laugh and have fun. People nowadays, I don't think I'm in universities, in workplaces, in any places, like I find very few people actually doing some jokes, or cracking some jokes, or having fun for some time. But there are like there are like some good companies, good culture companies. I must say that they practice this thing, like because laughing is also some sort of a medication to life. So this is also important, that we have a balance. The ability to deal with stress and bounce back from adversity. This is so important. See, I would like to talk about this point. People sometimes we skip from problems. Sometimes we ignore problems. But you know that sometimes, like in most of the times, when you actually experience the problem, and you see that experiences always comes from bad experiences never comes from only good experience. If I have a bad experience from this particular workshop, then I learn something from here, and the next time I am an elevated level of my performance. But if I don't get into tough situations, like if I don't get into financial toughness, if I don't get into emotional toughness, if I don't get into cultural toughness, if I don't get into different personality, different supervisors toughness, then I won't be able to learn from those situations also. See, mental toughness, how does it happen? Mental toughness, it happens when you when your brain, when your mind have adapted to mental toughness. You have faced a lot of tough situations that your mind is now able enough to handle all these issues. So what happens when you start to operate, when you start to bicycle when you were a kid? So you fall a number of times, and you make cuts in your legs and all those things. But one day you practices very well, when one day you become a very good competent cyclist. So it happens like in that way, like we have to give our time, we have to accept all the tough situations, we cannot ignore them. And this is one of the very practical, natural methods to get to create resilience from inside. So a sense of feeling, a sense of meaning and purpose in both their activities and their relationships. Um, See, a lot of time, this multitasking, this hurriness, this race is taking us into such height that nowadays we don't feel content about our relationship. See that we have a relationship. Suppose we have, I have my wife in my home, and it's guaranteed that when I will come, she will give me dinner, she will talk to me, she will smile at me, and she will take care of me. But what am I doing especially to take care of her, and to, like, for the true purpose of relationship? Am I doing anything more, or am I just taking it for granted? And this is not only for relationships in terms of spouse, but relationship with our friends, relationship with our family members, relationship with our line managers, colleagues. We always have to do something to maintain those relationships. The flexibility to learn new skills and adapt to change, this is also important. Why? See, change is very constant. Only change is constant, and nothing else in the world is remaining constant. See, suppose there's a change in your company. Okay, there's a change going on in the company. The company is adapting to new skills. The company is automating all of its processes. And however, you and your department is not doing that. You're not also updating your skills and techniques accordingly to those required changes. So what will happen is, like, you will find that the company, when they will be doing this people analysis, they will only keep the only highly skilled people, highly skilled in terms of technologies and new HR skills. They will only keep those people, and they may think of layoffing you also. So this creates an also a very unhealthy situation for your mindset, for your mental physical system. So the flexibility to learn new skills and adapt to change is very, very important, I must say. Let me just see. Rita, let me know if there's anything special in the chat box, because I'm not seeing the chat box currently. Okay. Okay, and next is a balance between work and play, rest and activity, the ability to build and maintain fulfilling relationships, self-confidence. So these are some of the things that we have got. And the cat is mentally healthy people are organized, focused, and humble, and they're conscious about their reactions and habits. This is one of my favorite point, like conscious about their reactions and habits. So a lot of time problem doesn't exist in the problematic situation. It exists in the way we react to a situation. So for example, um, uh, something happens to us today, and we didn't expect this thing to happen, because this hampers our daily schedule of work. You got half an hour late because of this interruption. But your reaction to this, like, if you think in a cool mental state that, okay, what can I do to mitigate this, or to avoid this, or to park this problem right now and focus on my current affairs, so you'll be able to do something about it in a better way. But if you just react in a way like to the person, or to the object, to the situation, or to yourself badly, then nothing will happen, but your outcome will suffer. And we can all relate in these things, right? So the next is like the organized and focused and humble. Okay, I'm just skipping, just stopping the share right now, and just a minute. I'll just go to my participants. Any questions up to this from the participants? Any questions? Like, you can also write in the chat box.
No further questions.
Okay, I can see Laviva Appa has written that, how can we control our anger? Okay, a very, very valid question. See, there are a lot of techniques, like the best master for telling you this, that how can
Corporate life.
you're right.
I
You
mean,
control it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. To how can you control your anger in corporate life, and also in any situations? I must say, because this is something like a human interaction, a human way of reaction. If I say that when someone is angry on something, like on an office-based subject, like for example in office, so you first need to think that why is this thing happening? So if you have the answer, then you ask yourself, okay, can I change the situation? If yes, what do I need to do to change the situation without just being angry or without just reacting in any ways which is not good? So you can also write down this situation. Okay, so what can I do to mitigate this situation so that this situation doesn't happen anymore? Can you talk to the person very straightforward that, okay, I'm having problem with you on this particular aspect, can you please help me on not having this problem anymore? I'm seeking help from you. So thinking like this, like or taking actions like this, like in a very calm, and you need to sit and you need to take a deep breath when you are like getting out of your control, and when we are feeling very angry, because this is a practice, this is not a one day thing. The reason is why, because see, sometimes what happens is when we react fast when into some situations, after half an hour, we tend to think that we could not have reacted like that. We may have found an alternative way of dealing with it, right? So just give it a thought and give it a try, and then inshallah things will work out for sure. So, Lavi Bapa, is that okay, or you need more
Yeah, it's
understanding on
okay,
that?
but sometimes it happened with our seniors, but in that time we can't show
Yeah,
our anger, or
absolutely.
we have to stop our feelings
Yes,
there.
yes, very true. Like sometimes, even I must say that sometimes it happens to our same level colleagues also. And when we have the culture like of not to react on anyone, on having respect,
Maybe I am right in a logically, he is not right, but
yeah,
sometimes uh,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
argue with
Sometimes,
that person
yeah,
is
true,
it's not
true.
taking as a good way.
True. Sometimes we need to let go also situations. Sometimes we need to find the right time to say, okay, when he or she is in a good mood, like or when there's an option, like to say, let me give you a very
But
very
I think these things actually creates demoralization, you know.
right, right, right. No, this is true. Like in every situation, like the person who is creating problems for everyone in the organization, or it's also important that what state of mental wellness he or she is. So that is also important. Like,
And for this reason, her personal life or his personal life hampers day by day, or mental health.
absolutely, absolutely. So there's a section over here in mine where I have said that even the line managers, the supervisors, the leaders, they also need training on mental wellness, training on how to supervise their employees, training on how to keep your mood, keep your anger, keep your stress level down, because these are ongoing things. If we are not doing these things regularly, we will missing out these things. Okay, fine. So let me go back to the presentation. Good to interact with you over here. Just let me go back to the presentation again. Okay, so some factors that impacts mental wellness. If you see that family, schooling, and then there is financial condition, marriage, work, friends, associates, multitasking, internet, mobiles, food habits, our materialistic habits. So all of these things have a certain impact on mental wellness of each and every one of us present here. So how? I'll just give one or two examples. Like, see, if in a family, it is very important to understand that why a person behaves like this. Like, if when you are a child, and when if you grow up in a family, seeing your parents are not in a good situation, always quarreling and always disagreeing in facts and in some chaotic ways, then your mental state is not also in a good state, and like that you tend to have that ability, and you tend to have that habit of reacting badly with everyone and anyone right from the schooling level also. So this is very important for us as parents also, to ensure that our kids are not following the same problems that some of us have maybe have followed. And like the financial conditions, sometimes we are all very worried about the financial conditions. See, sometimes what we tend to think that we are having a very much problem with a car. For example, I don't have a car with me, private car. I don't have my own car. I have to go on rental basis. Daily I have to face problems. Okay. So what you thought that you will be taking a car, you will be taking a loan, and you will be taking a car. So what happens again is like you take a loan, you have more financial pressures right now, you have to give your EMIs, and that is also creating another mental impact on your mental wellness. So we all need to be very much conscious about like when we can take this risk, we can take these decisions also. Like certain food habits are also there. We tend to have like junk foods and all those things. So have also good research on what food habit is good for our mental health, for our immunity system. And there's also multitasking nowadays. This is very interesting one. See, a lot of time, like 5 years ago, I've seen that people are very crazy about multitasking, that if you don't know multitasking, your career is not going to grow. So what happened is now research came out that multitasking is actually preventing employees to become the performing well in their jobs. Because why? Because if you have 5 jobs on your hand, and if you don't complete one job or 2 jobs that is required to be completed today, and you're just juggling from one job to another, just touching one job to another and not even completing 10% of it, then you're just touching the jobs, you're not finishing it. And again the tension remains with you, again the stress remains with you, that how, when will I complete this task? Rather, if you see that, okay, there are 5 tasks and 4 tasks I will touch and 1 task I will finish today, then also it's like you will feel content that, okay, that I have finished this task today, and that's satisfaction from my side. So some of the things, and like mobile is one of the greatest distractions we have right now. Robin Sharma, in one of his presentations, he has said that the addiction to distraction is the destruction of creative production. The continuous distraction in the mobile, the news feeds in Facebooks and the internet disruptions, uh, are we able to control ourselves from these situations? This is very important, because sometimes the time that we need to focus, the focus we need to give on certain things, we're not giving, because we are focusing on mobiles and internet. So these are some of the few things. And just let me know, Rita, can you tell me how much time I've taken so far, so that I'm
Now
on time?
9:44. Now is 9:44.
Okay.
9 o'clock 45. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9:44.
Okay, so I've taken almost 40 minutes, right, from now?
Not really. I think you still have you have taken 35 minutes already. Yeah.
Okay, I've 10 minutes, around roughly 10 minutes. Okay, thank you so much. So let us go back to this mental wellness toolkit. So we have a toolkit for you over here that has 8 pieces of research advices, 3 proven models that are used globally, and 1 online exercise and 2 videos. So let's go there. The expert pieces of advices are like the parental counseling. It is very important for the parents of today also to get counseled by experts, so that whether they are parenting well or not, they are growing their kids in the right process or not. The mentors and coaches are very important in work life also. Like as Labiba Appa said, she needs a mentor to talk about continuously regarding her career, regarding her work problems. She needs a one-to-one coach who will directly actually who can say that what exactly needs to be done, or can handhold her, like what needs to be done in these tough situations. Like the food habit needs to be looked into. The organizational culture needs a very much revamping. If the organizational culture is not people friendly, is not people oriented, then people will definitely suffer mental wellness, mental unwellness. The conscious use of mobile, the specialization versus multitasking that I've talked about. And yes, this again comes, the trained supervisors and leaders are required. Sometimes we are only training the low level employees, the entry level employees, but we also need to learn and unlearn the top management also, so that their mindset is also refreshed and that cascades down. Okay, the next piece is like the 3 models for mental wellness: developing mental toughness, cognitive restructuring process, learn optimism. These are the 3 methods like you can use for developing for mental wellness. So what is mental toughness? You see, as I've talked about before, it is accepting the things that can happen, and also anything is doable. Sometimes we tend to think that, okay, why this happened to me? um, I'm doing all the things right. I'm praying right. I'm doing good things. I'm doing charity. I'm not being harmful to anyone. But why this happened to me? So things actually doesn't go like this. It doesn't like this, that if we are doing the right things, and every time you will be getting the right results. But sometimes results can be different. But we need to accept it so that we can work on it. So we can be mentally tough more. And like anything is doable, like nothing is impossible, to believe it. High level of performance under pressure at work. You see, sometimes what we see in a soccer game, in a football game, the time is very short, but still the coach is like whispering in the ears of the player that, okay, you need to do this, so that you can get the goal right now. So things like this, like how can you perform better in even highly stressed situations? You need coach, you need mentors, you need yourself there to talk with yourself, to talk with others who can guide you, so that how can you perform well in mental tough situations also. So a healthy mind is related to a healthy immunity system. This book, Developing Mental Toughness by Graham Jones and Adrian, you can also see and read this book. Okay, before I continue, I would like you to take, I would like you all to go through um, not to go through this because we have a shortage of time, but let me give you a video. Let me show you a video about learned optimism, another method. Just a minute.
Tabsir bhai,
ভাইয়া
sound is not coming.
জি ভাইয়া, উপরে যে আপনার হচ্ছে কম্পিউটারের ওখানে ভিউ মোর অপশনে গেলে কম্পিউটার সাউন্ড অন করার একটা অপশন পাবেন।
View more. View more. Just a minute. Okay, let me just do one thing.
Tabsir bhai,
Ji,
yeah, just go to the Zoom software and
Ji, Kaim bhai, I'm listening
yeah,
to you.
just go to the Zoom software.
Yeah, I am in Zoom.
But you are in the maybe you are in a folder. So you should
Yeah,
go to the Zoom, okay, and then you will find a option over there that to share the computer sounds with the viewers. Just take
okay.
that options and we will actually hear the sound.
Just 1 minute. Let me see. In the
Take it
video
just
part, video
no, it's
settings,
not a video part. You will find it from the top of the Zoom.
top of the Zoom. Okay. Let me see.
There are some few options like drawing, like some other things. From there, you will find something like three dot or maybe a option. From that part, you will find a another option that is called share computer sound.
I'm not finding anything like that. Just a minute.
ভাই, ইউ নিড টু শেয়ার সামথিং ফার্স্ট, দেন উপরে
Yeah, I
যে
think.
বারটা আসবে সেখানে হচ্ছে ভিউ মোর অপশনটা দেখায়, দেন
Right.
you will get the computer
Oh,
Just
sound on.
computer
I
screen
found
or
it.
share your
I found
video.
the computer share sound. I found it. Thank you. Thank you. I think now it will be able to.
Yeah,
Just,
right now. Just go top of the
okay,
software
can you
and you will
listen?
find some. No,
Imagine you take two dogs and put them
now
in
it's
two
okay. That's
Okay.
perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Fine.
different
Okay.
areas.
That's
You
okay,
shock the
fine.
first dog, you give him an option to escape. He tries to escape, he's successful, and he gets away from the shocks. The second dog, however, you put in a place where no matter what he does, he cannot escape the shocks. He soon figures out that there's nothing he can do, he gives up, and he'll just sit there and accept the shocks. Now you take these two dogs and put them in two new areas again, but this time they can both escape. The first dog, who had learned that he was able to escape, will get out of there like usual. But the second dog will just lay there and accept the shocks, even though in this new environment he could just escape. This is what is known as learned helplessness. And you probably know people who act like the helpless dog. The opposite of this is learned optimism. Learned optimism is basically the idea that you can learn to be optimistic and positive and happy. You can cultivate these things. And this is exactly what Seligman was trying to do by running a workshop. The results of the workshop were promising. 32% of the students in the control group had a moderate to severe episode of depression, in contrast to 22% of the group that was in the workshop. Also, 15% of the controls had an episode of generalized anxiety disorder versus only 7% of people who took the workshop. They also found that it was the change from pessimism to optimism that caused the prevention of depression and anxiety. And these studies are great, but even when I look at my own life, happiness, positivity, optimism, these are the things that I've had to learn and that I have to keep cultivating. When I was a kid, I hated my life. I was constantly depressed and anxious. I had suicidal thoughts for the majority of my childhood, but that's all gone now, and my life just keeps getting better. But this is something that you need to put effort into. This is something that can be learned. So now let's look at the benefits of optimism. Optimists on average achieve more, have better overall health, and just lead a more enjoyable life. Pessimists, on the other hand, are more likely to give up, are more likely to suffer from depression, and just lead a not really enjoyable life. And the big difference between pessimists and optimists comes from their explanatory styles about whether things are permanent, pervasive, and personal. So let's say you walk up to a girl and you just get humiliated and rejected. If you're a pessimist, you'll think that it's permanent. I'll never be able to attract a girl. If you're an optimist, you'll think that it isn't permanent. There are going to be plenty of girls who like me. If you're a pessimist, you'll think that it's pervasive. I'm just not an interesting person. If you're an optimist, you'll think that it isn't pervasive. It was just one isolated situation. It doesn't mean that I'm not interested. If you're a pessimist, you'll think that it's personal. I'm ugly. Of course she's going to humiliate me. If you're an optimist, you'll think that it isn't personal. Well, she might have been in a bad mood. And I've seen this so many times. If you have a pessimistic explanatory style, you're going to have your soul crushed. Every single friend I've had who was good with women always had an optimistic explanatory style. So optimism is much more helpful to you than pessimism, but you also need balance. Just like with everything else, you need balance. Otherwise, you can get really delusional and actually end up hurting yourself. Imagine if you have a really bad business idea and you're just a naive optimist. The business isn't going anywhere, but you say, well, this isn't permanent. And you keep wasting resources on a stupid idea. You've put in 6 months already and it hasn't gone anywhere, and you say, well, it's just this part of the project that's slow, but the project as a whole is amazing. Or you try to get support and no one wants to go along with your terrible idea, and you say, well, they were probably just in a bad mood today. I don't know if I would call this person an optimist or just an idiot. The biggest problem with optimism is when it's not balanced, because you might end up not taking responsibility when you need to. So I would absolutely recommend being optimistic, but at the same time balancing it out with pessimism. Or not even pessimism in my opinion, but just simply realism.
Okay, so
Great video. Tabsir bhai, just for
yeah,
a joke. Huh?
yeah.
We learn how to attract a girl.
Okay. Great. Okay, thank you. So basically, see, there were one good example of it. I would like to say something about it, like optimism. Like there are some tests done in three different category of persons. Like there's a group of sales associates. So sales associates group having 10 people and having different target results. Okay. So some of them performed really well in their sales target, some of them performed average, or some of them performed low. But when the personality tests were done, like when the personality tests were done like that, and when it comes like people who were more optimistic, their sales targets were met higher, and people who were not that much of optimistic, their sales target achievements were lower actually. Same thing, like a group of children in a school were also tested, and the children who were found to be more optimism, they were actually found to have better results than the opposite ones. Like also for corporate executives, some personality tests were done, and people who were found more optimism side, they were found to be more good in their career progress rather than disappointed or like having a low morale or depressed, things like that. So I think by now you have pretty good data and you have pretty good research ideas, like um, how can you be more optimistic about your life, like this learned optimism tool and all these things. Okay, so there is one more thing that I would like to share. I would like to go, but before that, just give me 1 minute. Okay, I would like to share this cognitive restructuring process. If you see my screen, like this would probably be relevant to a lot of people. Like, how can we take control of our mental wellness, like in this particular process? According to this process, calm yourself, write down the situation that triggered the negative thoughts. Right. Sometimes writing is so much important. I really practice this myself for the last 5 or 6, 7 years. Like writing down the situations for my negative thoughts, identify the moods that you felt in the situation, how you were feeling in that situation, write down the automatic thoughts that you experienced when you felt like, okay, the hot thoughts, the things that like, okay, I will break this relationship, okay, I will not I will resign this office, a lot of things like this. Identify the evidences that support these hot thoughts. Like ask yourself that what are the things that do I support my this sort of thinking, or do I need to rethink. Identify the evidences that contradicts these thoughts, like what are the things that you yourself does not support on these thoughts. Identify fair balanced thoughts about the situation, like alternatives, like what can be alternatives. So do I need to resign right now for a tough situation at office, or I can handle this situation at the moment in a certain way and look for other jobs, and then when I am comfortable I will leave, or anything else, like what's the best situation. Finally, observe your mood now and decide on your next steps. Go through this process when you experience a negative mood or when you feel fear, apprehension. When you go through this sort of
Wait for
process,
good situation. That
yeah,
will be a good thing.
yeah. Sometimes it depends on situations. Like it depends on person to person. And what I think, like also Laviva, for especially for your case, as you have mentioned, like it's also important to talk with a mentor, to talk with a coach, to talk with a friend, and to talk with a professional person how to deal with this, because every situation is different. And he or she who is a trained mentor or coach, he or she can give you the exact piece of advice for your particular case. Like the doctor needs to talk to a patient separately before giving the prescription, the right antibiotics. The same way it happens. So yeah. Okay,
Thank you,
fine.
Tafsir bhai.
Yeah, welcome. And the next thing, like I would like just I take 1 minute for a video, 1 or 2 minutes. There is another video, and then I will give away the presentation floor to Joanna for doing her part, and that's also very interesting. Just give me just 1 minute. This is the ABC technique, which I want you all to see the video and then learn from here. Is the sound okay, Rashid bhai?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay, fine.
How well do you deal with setbacks at work? Do you let them throw you off course and affect the rest of your day? Or are you the type of person who deals with adversity constructively? Research shows that people who are optimists handle setbacks more effectively than those who are pessimists. This can affect how successful they are in life. Fortunately, you can learn how to be more optimistic. One way to do this is by using Dr. Martin Seligman's ABC technique. ABC stands for adversity, beliefs, and consequences. In short, we first encounter adversity. How we think about this creates beliefs. These beliefs then influence what we do next, so they become consequences. For example, imagine your boss gave you some negative feedback on a presentation you made to the board. This is adversity. If you're pessimistic, you might then think you're no good at your job. This is a belief. You then avoid giving presentations, which affects your career progression. This is a consequence. The key point happens between A and B. When you encounter adversity, how you explain it to yourself has a direct impact on your mindset and on your relationships. Dr. Seligman calls this your explanatory style. He says this heavily influences whether you're optimistic or pessimistic. There are several steps you can take if you want to develop a more positive explanatory style. First, pay attention to your inner dialogue by writing down your thoughts whenever you encounter a stressful or negative situation. Describe what happened, what beliefs you had during and after the adverse experience, and the consequences of this. After you've noted several situations, look at what you've written. What patterns do you see here? What are the consequences of your negative thinking? You can then think about how to manage your negative ABC patterns. One technique you can use is distraction. For instance, try wearing a rubber band around your wrist. Whenever you go through a stressful situation and you catch yourself having negative thoughts, snap it against your skin. The tiny sting will remind you to step out of the cycle of negative thinking. Now you can challenge your negative beliefs by intentionally looking for positives in your situation. For example, you could focus on what you learned so that you can deal with similar situations better next time. To find out more about the ABC technique and how to use it to be more optimistic, see the article that accompanies this video.
So great. I think I've shared a lot of things over here, and considering the time frame, so thank you so much. And any questions or anything that comes to your mind, please write in there in this email address, tabsir.rajib@gmail.com. Okay. So thank you so much. I'm just stopping this share. And Rita, are you there?
Yeah, Tafsir bhai,
Yes.
Rita left the meeting and he goes for the another meeting, and
Okay.
now he requested me to moderate the next of the part.
Okay. Okay. So I think now you can invite Joanna Lee to start her part.
Okay. Really. Thank you, Tafsir bhai, for your great presentation, and as well as your video sharing and practical experience. Now I would like to Joanna to present your part.
Hi.
Already given your introduction. Hi, Joanna, please.
Hi, Rashmi. Okay. Thank you for all the audience here still here. Thank you so much, Topsell. Share with us a lot of informative information, and also this some video is really useful. So my part is I want to be more relaxed. There's a lot of information that we share, and maybe I share my my slide first. Topsell.
Yes,
could you please share my slide?
yes. I'm just sharing your
Yeah,
slide.
thank you. Yeah, I want to go straight to the slide.
I forgot that I
Yeah.
had to share your slide. I just forgot.
Okay,
Just sharing.
yeah, I choose. Yeah, everybody very interested about this mental wellness. I hope Topsell already answered some of your questions about how I can sleep well, how I deal with my boss.
So is
It's
that
not
okay?
easy.
Can you see the
Sometimes
slide?
oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's my slide. Yeah. So here is I want to start is my a mental wellness presentation, and you can see that still have a sunshine here. And at this moment, I want to have a next is the midpoint check. My next slide. Yes, it's what are you thinking of right now, and also how you feel after you digest a lot of information at this moment. And I trust everybody has your own feeling. And my next slide is, I think we share the same feeling. That's the next slide is, as all of a sudden.
Oh, next slide.
Next slide. Yes. As all of a sudden, and we all know, we don't know what happened right now, how it comes, when and where, why it happened, COVID-19, and we got no preparation. We don't know how to do. What should we do? Any consequences in my workplace, my family, my own self? and my career. All people are feel angered, anxious, and don't know what happened, right? And you're not lonely because I trust across all the regions, all the countries, we are facing the same challenges. Before I remember, still is only maybe Hong Kong, Asia more, and then after that, spread to all about the world. So many of us, we think about how's the next step and what's going on. So my slide here is want to share with all of us here how we energize ourselves, motivate, and also keep ourselves is in a knowledgeable methods. Just like we receive a lot of information, right? Maybe we don't have time to fact check, but we need to take action in our workplace, especially for human resources. We need to take immediate action to tackle all the issues. Your boss will come to you, your people will come to you, ask you a lot of questions, but all are new to you. So you have a very high pressure. But whether the information is correct or not, you want to enhance it at this moment or later is a quite tricky situation. But I trust at this point, most of you already get through and also has some hints, has some ideas in your mind. So what we need to do is we need to accept that's the truth. It's the risk. It's a kind of risk management. And nobody in the world can accept that we cannot be the one that impact our daily life. So we need to accept, so that's why we need to adapt. Even it's unpredictable. We need to, based on what we have information right now, to see any is crucial to change. Just like your family, how you tackle your matters with your family members, your children, how to do their schooling, and also even the technology matters is matter you. Old person, family, parents also matter you. So to this kind of uncertainty, so we need to think about it's not only the physical health. I see there's a lot of people is doing a lot of exercise, even though it's not allowed them to go to the gym house. We will go to do a lot of even at home, we do some exercise. So we share each other. We try to help each other to get through the way that find a new way to do. So not just the physical, but also mentally is get a lot of pressure because something new. Why I share this kind of wordings, just want to let you know you are not lonely. Across all the regions, we are the same. So our healthy maybe matter us because the new life is your family members maybe stick with you, and not only just your daily, but also every day you need to take care of a lot of things, even much more than before. So no matter how, we need to accept, right? That's a new normal. So the late night is, I want you to take a look first. I just prepare a video for you to take a look first, and then maybe you can digest. You can see whether you have some thought on the video. So
should I go to the video now?
Yeah, go to video.
Okay, let me just maybe the video stop share this. Just
This video is the trailer of the Inside Out.
So, how was the first day of school?
It was fine, I guess. I don't know. Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did.
Something's wrong. We're gonna find out what's happening, but we'll need support. Signal the husband.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
What? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What? What is it, woman? What?
Signal him again.
Ah, so, Riley, how was school?
You gotta be kidding me.
For this, we gave up that Brazilian helicopter pilot?
School was great, all right?
What was that? I thought you said we were gonna act casual.
Riley, is everything okay?
Sir, she just rolled her eyes at us.
All right, make a show of force. I don't want to have to put the foot down.
No, not the foot.
Riley, I do not like this new attitude.
Oh, I'll show you attitude, old man.
No, breathe.
What is your problem? Just leave me alone.
Sir, reporting high levels of sass.
Take it to DEFCON 2.
DEFCON 2.
I don't know where this disrespectful attitude came from.
You want a piece of this, Pops?
Yeah, well, look.
Prepare the foot.
Keys to safety position. Ready to launch on your command, sir.
Just shut up!
Fire!
That's it. Go to your room.
The foot is down. The foot is down. Woo!
This film was really born from watching our kids grow up, which is not easy. Anyone out there who's in junior high, high school, working it out, suffering, there are days you're going to feel sad, you're going to feel angry, you're going to feel scared. That's nothing you can choose, but you can make stuff. Make films, draw, write. It'll make a world of difference.
Thank you. Beautiful piece of video.
Yes, my next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next slide. Yeah. Actually, this Inside Out has is already quite a long, several years before. I still remember when I really see it. I can see how anger can override your rational thoughts and also ruin your family relationships. Actually, you can see in the mind you have a lot of elements you can use, red element, blue element. But how you rationalize is try to calm down, try to think it over. My tips is if I show anger, I'm anger. I'll try to talk to myself internally, and then once I digest, I may not want to say. Yeah, so that's why maybe everybody has different feelings. Just want to share, and then you can digest later how you use your brain, matters, substance, or the characters to make advantage on manage your emotion. So my next, the slide here you can see. Currently, I trust so many people feel upset about the social distance because long before beginning of the year, everybody waits just maybe few months, then all can get settled. May not be over a year or close to 1 year. But now this COVID-19 already for quite some time. And also our daily, we have a lot of daily workplace matters, family matters. So we get so confused, especially under the current situation. I trust there's a lot of green boss may not be really put down all the feelings that we had. Maybe just like that, confused, loneliness, because we can't really interact with each other and we get so bored and also irritated. What should I do? How's my new life? And what should be the next? Still a lot of struggle in our mind. So the next slide, you can see some may not think in this way. You can see some people feel happy. Because I have a lot of friends feel happy and also surprised and also relaxed. Really depends on how you look and see. Just like the slide say, people feel optimistic, maybe idiot, maybe not, maybe try to reduce the tension so that they can sleep very well at night. They're happy because some people feel transportation is less than before. I can save a lot of time. And also, just like the conversation maybe become shortened or instant. Before maybe so many meetings, right now we maybe just focus on some important issues. But at the same time, we have a lot of different topics. So be relaxed. So people may think, oh, some is so relaxed. I can spend more time with my family. But is it true? Is it really can spend more time if you work from home? So next slide is, no matter we like it or we don't like it, that's our life. No matter how we need to carry on our life journey and also should be more optimistic. We always talk about optimistic, but the point is how. Different people have different interpretation. So we really need to do some matters different, really matter us. just like here's some tips here. I can say just like in Hong Kong or in some other areas, the people that they're thinking about if I stay in China or I stay in some other country or I stay in Hong Kong, Singapore is better or India is better. So it's totally different because the situation is keep changing every day. So I know some people, the workplace maybe depends on the safe environment. Not only the place, they want to find a safe place, just like even me, if you work from home, I have so many pets at my home, my cats, my birds, I need to cover them. Otherwise, you can see my cats just moving around here. So I need to have a more safe environment. And also maybe some family, you have your kids around you, you need to make sure that they won't come to you. So we need to have a safe environment. And also coloring, our life should be more coloring. You can see my slide before is just a fast standard one. I change more colorful. First, I want you awake because it's quite long time. I just want to everybody be relaxed to listen what's happening next and enjoy this moment. And also we remember not just exercise, but we need to drink more water and enjoy sunlight. Even we are not allowed to go out. I still have a dog walk for a few minutes. Just want to have some sunlight and also seeing people. Water is really important because if we not drink enough water, you really will feel very depressed. If you're not sure, you can try. Because I tried already, and also my doctor also told me you need to drink more water and make you happy, not just eat banana or chocolates. So if you're happy, you also need to ensure other people more optimistic, ensure we have all has positive thinking. Otherwise, you will be impacted by other people's, interfere by other people's emotion. So help yourself, help others. You also need to motivate yourself to be more generous to others. At the same time, understand each other has different situation, workplace difficulties, or some personal matters that really matter to them. There's a lot. I don't want to repeat again as Topsir talk about, there's a lot. So also exercise is important. I know that people will do some exercise. I can tell you, even I'm lazy, I do some exercise at home right now. Just want to ensure that I have mental health, physical and mental health combined together and move on my life. So the one important thing is, no matter what you did, because everything is very new to you, new to the world, new to everybody. So remember, no regrets. Say sorry for what you have done wrong. That's enough. And then you move on. But no, don't think it over and over again, because you can't help your past, but you can help your future. So what you've done, if that is you doing something is not good enough, then think it over, absorb, digest, and then improve yourself. Ensure that you have a better yourself tomorrow. And also, it's important. I trust at this moment, a lot of people is not really fortunate. Less fortunate, it means in terms of less fortunate, maybe in terms of financial, health, a lot of time consuming, different kind of matters come to us, especially we are working people, right? So try to help others, you can help. And then you can find you do something meaningful matters that really matter yourself also. And also volunteer job, because right now maybe people can need some more, the needy need some more help, or maybe your labor need some people help. If you buy something, you can help them to buy something also. Even you spend your time more meaningful, you can make yourself healthy. So I can tell you, actually in Hong Kong, divorce is so many things, so many cases here in Hong Kong. I trust because before the COVID-19, maybe we keep working outside, not Soho, but now it's all is stay at home. We have a lot of time. Not only get along with the co-worker, you'll be polite and then try to work together. But to your family members, maybe you get used to, and also you have a lot of things that you never aware before. And I hear news that last night talk about USA, even the clinical, the dog clinical, the pet clinical, is a lot of, they make a very good business because they are aware that the pet is get sick. because before maybe we don't have time, but now we have a time to take out more and more that you are not aware before. I think that is also a good sign for us to take care of ourselves, our life also, our surrounding people also. So the next slide.
Just a minute.
Yeah, so my next slide is, after this, I just want to energize and also encourage all of us here, even close sunset, tomorrow is always nearby for great. We trust, we believe. Then next, you can see here, the next slide.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. So I know we just go for a lot of difficulties, what we have right now. I trust there's a lot of pressure in our mind that we still want to go back to normal, right? We want to maintain a sense of normality, and also family relationship may be good, may be bad, but I want to go back to normal. I don't want to argue. I want to go back to even the world order are the same. I trust that may not be the same. So that's why a lot of people try to find a new way, right? Even how to rebuild the relationship with your friends, you may not can really see them, how you get connected with them, use WeChat, WhatsApp, a lot of different kind of technology to get in touch with. And also sometimes send a message, one message to someone that, how are you? I think that's enough. May not be really send a lot of things, really see each other, but at least you need to let some people know that you are thinking of them. So don't be daydreaming. I don't think we can go back to normal. So that's why the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next slide is I want to talk about very quick talk about the new normal. New normal is very common term right now. At the beginning of the year, no one aware of new normal. What does it mean to me? Is it impact me? Oh no, impact the other country. But now it's impact all of us. So I like cats, so that's why I put the cat here. You can see the cat express that he or she is so odd to the situation. So what should I do next? So the new normal is we will shop more online at home, wear masks. We should have a lot of time to wear masks, do more exercise at home, and then has a Zoom meeting just like today. Through the year, I never attend any seminar physically. It's only just online. I know that there's some magazines, HR magazines also want to have some physical meetings, but finally we cannot really organize it just because the situation every day keep changing, the numbers keep changing. So the new normal is we need to do something different. We need to accept and then move on. The next slide is after that, we need to, our next slide.
Okay. Joanna, just for fun, like, is this cat yours?
Huh?
Is
No,
this
not
pet?
me.
Yeah. Okay.
Not me.
She is very cute.
Yeah,
I
very
tell
cute
you
pet.
all my secrets today. Actually, my cat just is a white cat, and then she just tried to come to me and then broke my mobile. And then this afternoon, I get prepare my PPT. I also need to prepare my mobile. So that's why I lock my cat right now.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, this is the next slide.
So that's why I need a safe environment. Okay. And then another next new normal is you will see the waitress will wear the glove and also wear the mask to serve you and have a social distance. Even the dogs, I saw downstairs a lot of dogs wear masks also. The two kids also go there. Before I remember, we don't want to go to work, right? Oh, Monday morning go to work so tough. The long distance traffic is I don't want to. But now if you say, oh, we have A, B team, but I'm the A team, I can go back to work. You feel so happy, so blessing, because no one aware that no one think of that new normal is really different than before. Before, even people, the kids doesn't want to go to school. Now, if you tell them you can go to school, they feel great. So we should know that we need to respect other, not just social distance, but also our hygiene. You see the mask, even two people wear mask is of course that's severe, but at least we are aware that new is coming. Nobody can escape. So my next slide. My next slide is again, there's a lot of things happening. How we manage our emotion. just want to repeat and repeat again. Our mind is important. We need to think about so critical feelings. How you feel, what you feel is important than others. Don't bother others what they think. Bother about yourself first. You need to acknowledge the changes around you has already changed. You need to transform. How to transform is not only your mind, but demonstrate through your body. You need to blessing for the new. If you think every new is a new thing, challenging, but I accept, I adapt. I want something new to change my life. Otherwise, my life become meaningless. Then you also need to talk to your friends to reduce your tension. You don't know how to solve your workplace problem, how to solve your project problems. You can talk. Even life issues, I become more open now because some of my friends never happened before in their life because of the custom clothes, they can't travel, and then the husband maybe get used to travel and then now come back to stay at home. They don't have any dialogue. So there's a lot of things we can share, experience, share feelings. Then you can comfort your friends, and we need to engage not yourself but also your friends. Compassionate and also kindness is really important. We need to understand each other's needs. Then you not just be selfish on only yourself, but also other people. You need to bother you. You help them, they help you also. So my next slide.
Sure.
My next slide now, I close to my final two slides only. And there's a book I really recommend you to take a look. It's Authentic Happiness. This book, actually, I don't have enough time to read all, but I picked some important and also interesting. It's how to enhance your positive emotions. I think emotions is how you react to your action is important. So the most important is you can see this book, actually two parts is important. They talk about happiness is not equivalent to good luck. You don't think happiness is the result of good luck. It's not exactly, but why? Maybe you can take a look more, then you can see. And then they also talk about the real and lasting happiness comes from yourself, personal strength, one's personal strength. So it depends whether you can sleep, is how you take action and react on it. There's a free part. This one is talk about what is happiness. Actually, happiness has long-term and also short-term. What does it mean for short-term? Short-term happiness, just like you eat chocolate, you feel happy. You get promotion, you feel happy. Your salary raise, you're happy. And maybe you go for travel, you feel happy. But all this is non-lasting. It's only just a short-term and external. It's not internalized. If you want something really can enduring happiness, there's a formula for happiness. I never aware of there's a formula. The formula is interesting. Sorry, this one hasn't shown my formula. And maybe I read it out. The formula is H equivalent to S plus V plus C. What does it mean for H?
Write in the chat box. We can solve that.
Oh, chat
box.
box.
See that. You can write in chat box.
Okay.
Formula.
Let me see whether I'm get familiar with this chat box. Okay, I write it down. Just a moment. Sorry, I can't. Maybe I read it first, and then my slide can share. I will put it later. So just because of the time, I don't want to overrun for a long time. Sorry, so I just put on first. Yeah. So this formula of happiness is start from H. H means enduring happiness. So how to endure? That means how to really make sure your happiness is long lasting. It starts from this S. S means set range. Set range is actually it's a kind of basic instinct. It's occupy your 50%. That is inborn. Once you face two matters, It's really interesting is the first is talk about the machine is the running machine. Just like running machine, the happiness, if you are happy, then your running machine may be, just like maybe I say in example, if you earn money, okay, first year you come to work, you have $10,000. And then the second year, your salary raise may be 1,000. And then the third year, maybe even less and less. So our happiness will be decelerating. It's not really keep going and keep on going. To have something change. So that's why this we need to admit, accept that's the truth. And then the other one is our life has up and down, and we tend to go to the middle tendency. Just like there's a woman, the example, a woman, she like to buy a lottery, but this lottery can let her has gained a lot of money, but finally the money can make her happy to buy car, to settle all the school fees, to have a luxury life. But after that, she feel unhappy, just because as time goes by, you will become loose in a way. So she need to see the psychologist and then earn her respect and earn her position. So that's why people has up and down. That is casual, and also you will your happiness will be decelerating. That's the reason why we sometimes even you're in a very good mood, sometimes not good mood. Then C stands for circumstances. Occupy our life maybe 10%. Circumstances standards means internal your internal relationship, and also you want to earn more money. But the most important circumstances, I think earn more money may not really make you so happy. Your interpersonal skills, relationship is really important. You can think if the environment is only, your money is only enjoyed by yourself, you won't be happy, you have no friends. So, and the third one is talk about the voluntary control, is the we, occupy 40%. So based on that, you can see your voluntary control is occupied almost half of your life. You can control your life, how to see your matters really matter you. So optimistic is very important, how to control yourself. Actually, optimistic has 4 areas. One is permanent, the other is common, temporary, and also specific. If talk about optimistic, permanent optimistic, we can transform, just like salary increment. One time maybe I feel happy, second time I feel happy, but maybe after as year gone by, I don't feel really surprised. But if you build your career, salary will keep raising much higher and higher, then become your permanent life agenda. And also you not just expect, but you can really pursue, and also you can achieve. That's important. Then another part is common. Sometimes difficulties is really common to all the people. Maybe common and also specific is a fair dilemma. Some people may think, why is me? Why not others? Why this bad luck come to me? I feel unhappy. It's all come to me all of a sudden. But you may think common, just like what you said is common. You should have something that happen at the end. So don't be really take matters, as long as you need to transform the good mood. For example, one lady get divorced. She may think you lose my husband maybe really waste my life. He ruined my whole life. But optimistic person, how they perceive this is good journey. As long as I have a happy moment with my husband, and then at this moment I feel great because I already transformed my internal me to be a very strong woman, independent. So it really depends on how you see. Specific is like specific matters really matter you, and we can also use the optimistic way to think it over. I think this example, Tabsir already shared, so we can gain a lot of insight from there. And some is a really temporary matters, forget it. I trust no matter how worse we are, still we have a journey to go through. But trust if we have free way to handle, then we can make our life easier. Just like we can think about for the past issues, just release. Because if you keep on repeat thinking about the bad side, you keep rotating, you can't be really get out of it, out of the box. But trust when you more focused, you gain the strength, and then you can get rid of all the difficulties. And also you can realign your life and move on your journey again. So we need to release, we need to forgive other people. You forgive others is forgive yourself. If you do something is not good, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow is another day. You need to improve yourself, but not idiots, right? So another point is present is satisfied. We need to present for today, because I'm thinking someone may say, oh, I'm poor, but it doesn't matter. At least you are not sick. I'm sick. It doesn't matter. At least you're still alive. I'm sorry, I'm still finally get end of my stage. It doesn't matter, even end of your life, if you have belief, you still can see your eternal life in future. But if you see, oh, I want at least you and anyway you can find a way. Just like even you die, but okay, good, because I'm not sick, I don't need to suffer a lot. If you suffer a lot, you cannot die. It doesn't matter. You still have life to hear. So just want to give some insight that we still find a way to think it over. Then finally is the future optimistic. I think I already talked a lot. It's about optimistic. So we need to keep positive mind, and I trust the life changing, and something new is something great is coming. So my last slide, I want to send to you. I want to just show to you all. Mental health is not a destination, but a process. It's all about how you drive, not where you are going. So we keep on, no ending. Just encourage each other, and we inspire your people around you. Thank you so much. That's my presentation today.
Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you.
Thanks for your excellent presentation, as well as your video sharing. And also we observed that actually you wanted to calm the present scenario, which is the COVID situation and new normal situation. You related mental health.
President, the secretary.
Yeah, Mohan bhai, are you speaking something?
No, Rashid, sorry. I missed it.
Okay, thanks. Now we'll go to the question and answer session. And any participants can ask question directly or in a chat box. I think we are a few participants. Now only 50 participants we are here. You can directly ask question to Tabsir Rajib bhai or Joanna. And I think
I already asked a question to Tabsir bhai.
Okay, Tabsir bhai will give your answer.
I missed that video, the AVC one.
Okay. Oh, you need that video, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I can give that video link to all of us over here, including the video link of this particular presentation also, overall training. So we'll give it.
Okay, thank you.
Any question from any other?
I think there's a question from Mizanur Rahman Papu. He has written in the chat box at 7:23 p.m. that I want to sleep night without any stress. Okay.
This is true.
Interesting question.
To some extent.
What happens to me, right, Papu? A lot of times it happens that when we go to sleep at night, we tend to feel not happy or content about, like, the day did not went well. It did not went as we planned, and therefore we do not feel good. We feel stressed. We feel heavy. Every day, I think this situation happens to all of us. Like, this will only reduce when you can live a day as per your way, I think. Like, and you should not also disappoint in day one or day two, but it's a journey. Like, if you plan in the starting of the morning, that what are the things you're going to do, how the things you're going to manage, any unforeseen situation, how are you going to manage, and what are the things that you need to do so that at night when you go to sleep, you feel that okay, alhamdulillah, today went well. You write, you need to write also in the morning that what are the things you need to do the entire day. So it's a practice. So let's start that, and I think gradually you will overcome this. Okay. So
Thank
Papu,
you,
does that
Tabsir
answer
bhai,
your
for your
question, or you
suggestion.
can also ask
Papu, I
more?
think Papu at the moment is not here, but we know about Papu. Papu sometimes did take some initiative for the diet control. After a few days, he goes to the eat so much like biryani, kapchi, etc. Anyway, any other question?
I see one of the questions was here, productivity tips, personal productivity, I guess. It is from, just a minute, from Rahman. Personal productivity tips. Um, so if I want to talk
Productivity
about,
comes from
if I want
performance, basically.
personal
I guess.
productivity, right? Yeah, overall. Okay. So I think we have covered like this a lot of things. How to cool your mind.
Yes, Tabsir bhai, I got it because that
Okay.
was before you starting the presentation, so I got the answer. But now I have a new question. Like I have put it in the chat box. So that is like Johanna talked about exercise a lot. Like during this pandemic, if we can do some little exercise, that would help our health. So what would be the suggestion from Johanna about the home exercises? Like, and at the same time, how to organize our time for exercises? So can we have any kind of ideas? Because you know, in Bangladesh, the traffic is like I got home just right now. So it's been like 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get home. So in every day, I'm losing 4 hours to travel, like commute from work to home. So during these days, like, so how would you maintain the time schedule, like, in order to keep yourself healthy? I'm a food lover. I love eating a lot. So this is another problem as well. So what would you suggest, or maybe Johanna could suggest, or any one of you can suggest?
I think meditation
That
is a
is
good
help.
thing. Meditation,
Yeah,
yoga or meditation.
I do meditate, but in a different form. Like I pray 5 times a day, so that would help. So that keeps
I
me
think
going.
Rahman, are you talking about physical exercise to keep your physique well?
Exactly. Without going to gym. Like, is there any kind of schedule I can maintain? Any kind of?
I will share my tips, but before that, I would like to hear from Joanna, as Joanna was talking about this. Joanna.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Actually, I do exercise at home. It's just use the YouTube. YouTube, there's a lot of tips. Even you are just work, maybe you sit down, you just turn around your angles, and also just small pace, and you should do some push-up, easy push-up, because I can't do any hard push-up. But day by day, start from day one, just only 5 minutes. It's not enough, I know, but at least I get some start first. Get my momentum here, and then after that, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and now I can do 20 minutes. But actually, the recommendation is 30 minutes. But just I want to let you know that if you do something that you feel great, and also I can get easily sleep. After I do some exercise, few minutes later, I go to sleep much more easier than I just drink hot milk. Yeah. So that's why I really can see the goods come if I do some exercise, not 30 minutes. And also, yeah.
No, the question is like I did try that many times. The problem is like for a few days I can do it very nicely, but what happened after? After a while, I lose the motivation of doing it. So do you know, like, is there any way I can get my motivation back while I'm doing it? Because after 4 or
Yoga,
5
you
days,
can try yoga.
because
Yeah, yoga is also a good thing.
I did try home exercises a lot, but what happened after 2 or 3 days or even 5 days, I kind of lose the motivation of doing it.
I have a
I don't
question.
know.
Do you have
I have a question. Why does your motivation gets lost?
Yes.
I tell you my secrets. Actually, I do exercise with my dogs, my small dogs. I do it with her together. So that's why I energize myself, because just like playing. And then once I get used to this habit, I keep continue. Do something, see something that you feel great. Even maybe you can go to YouTube, see some ladies doing that exercise. At least you know that you're their fans. You will energize yourself. I don't know.
Basic exercise is prayer. 5 times prayer.
So Rahman bhai, if I have understood correctly, like what happens is this happens to all of us. As I said, that this is not a one-day thing, this is a journey. Like if you have promised yourself that I will do exercise every night, for example, I will walk every night for 1 hour or half an hour, and then you are facing problems in your motivational, there are different issues that you cannot even express right now, that there are different external factors in home, in office, in everything, that actually keeps your mind busy from doing this task. Okay, so you also need to accept it. Sometimes if it is our family members, we also need to talk with them that this is really important for me to walk for half an hour, because if I am not well, the entire thing will also be not well over here. You all
Yeah,
will be
definitely.
affected.
Yeah.
So this thing gradually they will accept and they will give prioritize. The problem is that we don't talk about this silly thing. We think that these things are very silly, but these things are very important to our health also. One thing that I would like to tell over here, that something that I really practice, I'm trying to practice because I do a lot of research over that. We all sit for almost 7 to 8 hours in our office in the same chair, almost no standing up for like 2-3 hours continuously, but this is very harmful. After every 1 hour, I think you need to sit up and you need to give at least 10 sit-ups. You don't need to think about who is watching you. You don't need to think about if you need to find any corners, go over there. But as people go for smokes, people go for oxygen refreshments, you also need to go for these sit-ups. This is very important. And like after 1 or 2 hour gap, because this is not acceptable to our physical body that we sit all the time. This is damaging. Like even if you don't eat anything, you will keep up gaining weights for this, trust me. And the next thing is like this is followed by a lot of healthy people, a lot of good followers, like I must say. People sometimes drink warm water, like lukewarm water or a bit hot water, because if you keep on drinking cold water, that actually keeps your fat increasing in the body. Drinking hot water, like with a lemon in it, it will reduce your fats like anything. You will see the effects like anything. And
Or
a
we can
very
do some freehand exercises.
absolutely. And one thing is important, like if you go to sleep, let's say around 12 a.m. at night, then it is recommended that before 3 hours of sleep, you should have your dinner. What we do is normally we have our dinner, we feel tired, we go to sleep in the next half an hour, and that creates our physics actually.
I
So that
think
is
what Raman Bhai was saying, that we all know the things that will actually help us to like stay fit, but the problem is the motivation. So I think one tactic Bhai can use is you can actually get a partner with whom you can actually take it up as a challenge. Like both of you are doing it at the same time, so that if anybody is not feeling motivated, other one can actually push you, like no, let's go. So we need constant push for like everything. So we can actually tag along with any partner if like it's
see,
possible.
That's right. That's right. So
I want to tell you something, Momo and all the people over here. It is right, okay. So because, but this is a mental wellness thing. Like I give you a real life example. I was having one trouble for the last 3-4 months. What? Every day I was trying that I will woke up at 7 or between 7:30. I fixed 2-3 alarms, 7:10, 7:15 or 7:30, and I snooze it. I can go to sleep. For the last few days, I don't know what happens. Is like I don't hear the alarm. I woke up at 8, 8:15. I don't know why, but
Because
then
of pandemic situation.
absolutely, then I told
It
to
hampers
myself
our
the
personal life
last night.
as well.
Then I told to myself the last night that whatever it is, at what time I will woke up at 7 or 7:10 or 7:15, I would not go back to sleep anymore. Rather than I have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but it took me 1 week to get into this habit, because a habit takes 7 to 14 days to come into effect. It won't take like 1 day or 2 days. Okay, great.
thank you,
Okay,
Tafsir bhai.
Tafsir,
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, everyone, for helping.
thank you, everybody. Now, I think we can close today. Just before closing, if anybody wants to say a few words, 1 or 2 minutes.
तफसीर भाई
जी भाई
From participants, you can say. Not question and answer. Yeah. Okay.
This is an excellent session and we learn more. Thank you, Joanna Lee and Tabsir bhai. And thank you, AsiaHRM and FMCG Asia Society. Mr. Rashidul Hasanat, President, FMCG Asia Society. Thanks a lot to you. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tafsir Bhai and Joanna, am I pronouncing right? Joanna, right?
Joanna, yes.
Joanna Lee, yeah.
Joanna, okay. Thanks for the videos. I think the videos are very useful to maintain our mental health well.
Yeah, it's more vividly than just talk about how you think, what you think, because you know that you're so many substance inside yourself. How you use it is
And
your
I
truth.
also liked your formula, happiness formula.
Yes. The happiness formula, because I'm sorry, because I keep changing my slides at the end. It's not my last slide, but I will share with Topsir again, then you can see the formula. Actually, the formula is interesting. I think that's the tricky, that how we solve our own problem, because you can see we have confidence, 40% is voluntary control. We can control ourselves. Hey, I tell you some tips. You talk about your boss, how you deal with your boss. I tell you, my boss is a ridiculous boss. When he says something, I'll think about the seesaw, listen music, and then I just calm down myself, saying some bad things in my mind, and then finally I go back to my office. I sit down and then think it over. He is my boss, no matter how. He sees something big picture, not mine. It doesn't matter. I accept, but may not agree. Then if I agree, I learn something. If I'm not agree, it doesn't matter. I will try to understand what he want the meaning is. Then I try to deal with him tomorrow. But you know, the boss sometimes show anger only. Once calm down, the other day he will listen to you. No, just share my how I handle. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tafsir Bhai. Now I think we can close today.
Yes.
Okay, thanks everyone for the participate this important session, and hopefully we will arrange such learning session more and more, and AsiaHRM will cooperate with us, and we will arrange even some other more countries, and like yeah, Rita already said to us that this monthly sharing session, in every month they arrange this. And in this month, it was organized by Bangladesh, FMCG HR Society, and AsiaHRM. And next month or any other month, that would be from a different country, from India, Japan, or Singapore. And I think that AsiaHRM will arrange such a program more and more, especially for the monthly or in a 2-month one with Bangladesh FMCG HR Society. So though Rita is not here, but we will try to arrange this for the sake of our participants and for the learning of our participants, for the learning of our members. And our members will, hopefully our members will also cooperate with us to participate in such a program, and also to give us feedback, especially I think now maximum in our Bangladeshi participants, and you will give your feedback in inbox to Tafsir Bhai or me, or even in our group. Bangladesh FMCG HR Society member group, messenger group, or WhatsApp group. That's fine. And once again, I want to thanks all. And now today, that's all. Thanks everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, Tafsir bhai. Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Bye. Bye. Have a good day.